All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Brick and Mortar as we celebrate a milestone for our friend and her family, an announcement from lilywu. I'm Monica Castro. I'm currently a public information officer for the city of Kansas City, Missouri, but I was also a former reporter at Cake News, and that is how I met and worked with Lily. She was a very inspirational person when I met her. She got me to volunteer and got me very involved with this community. And obviously that's what brings us here today. Today we have 4 special guests who'd like to say a few words about Lily. First, I'd like to welcome Juanetta Everett. Juanetta is a community leader, former vice president of Delta Dental of Kansas, and 2020 chair of the Wichita Chamber of Commerce. Please welcome Juanetta Everett.
Thank you, and you guys look awesome out there. I'm excited to be here. Are you excited to be here? All right, awesome, great. Well, thank you for announcing who I am, and I also want to do a shout out to the Kansas Health Foundation, where I am currently the chair of this time, and among other opportunities that I have in the city and the community. So I'm honored to be here and considered a leader, not because of my titles or any kind of authorities that I have, but because of the intentional actions and the activities and the purpose by which we have had and the opportunities I have to serve. So some of you know that I've got a lot of many firsts in my background and in my history, and one of them, though, is being a first-generation graduate coming from system-dependent, really nothing, system-dependent family with nothing, and all we did was kind of follow the status quo. So and everyone knows that to have change, if you want change, you got to be that change and step in there. So not without challenges, but with determination, I had to take my ink pen away from people who were trying to write my story and write my own story. And that is what I have observed with lilywu. Fortunately for me, I met Lily a few years ago, and immediately we clicked and we recognized our leadership commonality, and such as we both had something in common, like building bridges and making connections and creating visions and an atmosphere of inclusivity. I think people sometimes think my middle name is inclusivity. My vantage point, Lily's background, her diverse experiences and her perspectives all aid her leadership abilities. She's always valued and encouraged me and others to be able to trust, and you should have mutual respect. That has been something she's always encouraged. We got some similarities in our backgrounds, but hers required that she go above and beyond, far more than what some people do. I don't know about you, but I didn't have to teach myself how to read or speak English. I'm still working on that myself, actually. And although we both went to Wichita East, but I think she went with my son, unlike her, I was not in the IB program, and that requires knowledgeable, confident, and caring people, particularly for the youth. But I did get an opportunity to witness those qualities for Lily. When I was a judge for her successful Miss Asian scholarship pageant, I got a chance to see her direct that to success. And then when listening to her, when she does her research, she explores and she reports and learns from her reporting, I get an opportunity to see her qualities of leadership. And by the community activities, Lily is everywhere. And she goes there and she's involved in things, whether it's involved with her job or not. It's just something that she does, and she loves being in the community. And we love seeing her there. If I paraphrase James Baldwin, the world is before us, And we don't have to take it and leave it the way it was. We can do something to make a change. So I am overjoyed that I have a chance to meet Miss lilywu, and who she constantly encourages me and others to continue to make a difference and to have enough of understand your why and have enough to always discover your how. Thank you, Lily, for inviting me into your world of leadership, and I look forward to helping you effectively cope with change by helping to create it. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Juanetta. Next is Pete Meitzner. Pete is the chairman of the Sedgwick County Commission and former District 2 City Council member for the City of Wichita. Please welcome Pete Meitzner.
Wow, what a gathering, what a gathering. I'm honored that Lily asked me to say a few words, and I know you all are here. Most all of you, I think, know her, but some maybe are here that don't really know her out of curiosity. So you're going to get to hear all about Lily when Lily tells her story. And so I just got to tell you that a month or so ago, met with Lily, and by the way, Blake and Brian, thanks for this wonderful event. Thanks for hosting this. Anyway, Lily and I, we met to just talk a month or so ago, and hearing our exchange of a conversation, and I don't know when I told her, but I said, all right, Lily, this is why I don't need to run for mayor. And so I am not running for mayor, because she is. But at that same meeting, I'm hearing the story about Lily that you all will hear shortly. And of course, the reporter in her, she started asking me about me and all that stuff. And so that it was interesting. So I kind of told a little bit of my story, and she kept coming at me later on this last month. Pete, you need to talk about this. And it's really not about my story, but it's really a story about how welcoming and receiving the community of Wichita is of all people. And my briefest story is my grandpa, Max Meitzner, was born in Germany in 1899, and in 1915, or 1914, at the age of 15, Germany took him and gave him a rifle and said, go fight in World War I, in that stupid trench warfare that happened in World War I. So at the age of 15, he's running around with Army, and we've got some of his relics. But anyway, so Germany loses a war. Germany's in shambles. Europe's in shambles. Grandpa Max marries my grandma Elsa. They have a baby girl, and he had just had enough and said, I'm going on the boat over to the United States. Came through Ellis Island by himself, didn't know English, had some kind of a sponsorship from a friend of a friend of a friend. And anyway, so after about a year and a half of doing common labor out in the New York area, he sent money and called Grandma and said, catch the next boat over. They had a daughter, and Grandma thought that maybe she'd never see him again. So they came over, somehow migrated into the Midwest and here in Wichita, where he made his home. They had dad marries mom, 7 kids, I'm one of them. I'm the oldest. Mom and dad had 7 kids in 10 years. My youngest sister is 10 years younger. We grew up south of Pawnee at about Wassel and Hydraulic area. Very humble beginning, and Dad worked hard with Grandpa. and Dad became a small business owner, and just again part of this community that was very welcoming, and so with that, it's really a story about immigration. It's a story about Wichita, and looking back now after you asked me to talk, Lily, and thinking about stuff, I started this common theme is that you look around, we can look around here too, but Wichita is just, I hate to keep using the word welcoming, but we've got Germans from Europe that might immigrated over. We've got a great Hispanic community. We've got a great Vietnamese community. And speaking of Vietnamese, when we were growing up in the 60s, Vietnam War was going on. And there was some immigration and some people that were vacating Vietnam and coming to Wichita. And one of them was a teenage girl named Sabrina Kim. And Mom and Dad took her into our house like we needed one more body in that 7-member house. But Sabrina lived with us, and she learned her English and taught taught me how to play the piano. I can still play a little bit of her songs. And but anyway, so the Vietnamese connection in South where we were at was very important and life-changing and life-impactful for me and my brothers and sisters. But anyway, so we've accepted the Asian community, the Hispanic community, the African-American community, the Lebanese community is here strong. So it's just really, it's a wonderful area. And so with that's why Wichita, we've all decided Wichita is a place we want to live and grow our families, work, small business, large business. There's a little company called Koch Industries that's still world headquarters here. And so it's a wonderful, thank you, Lily, for letting me share this story. And it's really, lilywu is good for our community, as you all know, and you will hear about that, right? So with that, Lily, you're going to get a lot of advice. There's going to be many, many experts appear in your life. And if I could just, the reason all these people are here is because lilywu is lilywu. And you just stay lilywu in your heart and in your mind, and you'll be just fine. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Pete. Our next guest speaker is my friend, Larry Hatteberg. Larry is the host of Hatteberg's People on KPTS. He served 51 years before retiring from Cake News. Please welcome Larry Hatteberg.
All right, we got the technical stuff out of the way. It is a beautiful day in Cake Land today. So nice to see all of you here. This is a wonderful and a great turnout for a wonderful woman. Well, you know, democracy does not begin in Washington, D.C. Democracy starts right here in our homes, on our streets, in our local governing infrastructure. Exactly. You, as citizens of Wichita, have the ability to control the future and to make a difference in our country by what decisions you make beginning today. America needs visionaries from a new generation, visionaries who understand that the world has changed and the status quo can no longer be tolerated. America needs the new blood of many faces who understand that the generation that I'm from needs help, lots of help. Everyone who has ever changed the country for the good started locally, realizing that they first needed to respond to their own communities, communities that gave them an education, communities that gave them work, and communities that surrounded them with love. Now, when I first met Lily, her intelligence, her composure, and her drive were evident. She was just entering the workforce at Cake TV, but you could tell that this woman was different. There was a quiet power that accompanied her wherever she went. And if you've met her, you know what I'm talking about. Starting in television, she wasn't perfect. No, none of us ever were. But every mistake she made was a learning experience for her. And in an incredibly short time, and I mean a short time, she became comfortable and confident in her work with this little thing called TV news. People liked her. More important, people followed her. Now, none of us know what destiny will bring, but I have a little idea that perhaps Lily does. The TV screen is too small to contain a woman like lilywu. Exactly. She seeks no fight. She seeks no adoration. Instead, she seeks to work for the Wichita citizens, all of them. We need a new vision for Wichita. We need a new generation of community leaders who can bring to the table leadership without baggage and without secrets. lilywu is more than ready to take on the task. In a leader, we want intelligence, poise, and most important, a vision. lilywu has all of that. What she needs, though, what she really needs, is all of you. You know, Wichita is important to all of us. This is where we've staked our claim. But the future cannot happen unless you do the most important thing an American citizen can do, and that is to vote. But our voting numbers in Wichita primaries are abysmal, horrible. Newcomers, no matter how good they are, will have a difficult time making progress when vote totals are low. We desperately need people like lilywu, the lilywoos of the world. She is a woman who thinks deeply about her community and what it needs. And there will be tough and there will be consequential decisions to look at. Well, what Wichita needs now is someone who can lead us, to unite us, to challenge us, and someone who's not looking through political windows. Her positive vision of tomorrow could be our reality. And I, for one, am so glad, so happy to call lilywu my friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Our last guest speaker is Jon Rolph. Jon is president and CEO of Wichita-based Thrive Restaurant Group. Please welcome Jon Rolph.
Lily, when you go from being one of Hatteberg's people to one of Hatteberg's friends, you know you've arrived, my friend. What a room, what energy. Standing room only, this is amazing. I gotta tell you, I've been to a lot of things like this, but I've never been to one that started with this much energy, this many people, such a broad audience, and one that has two Jon Rolphs in the room too. So you got 2 for 1. I see him back there. Anyway, I brought my girls here today because I wanted them to see this. I feel like this is a moment for our city. I feel like it's not just a moment of another political campaign. I think all of us can feel that there's something special going on with this one. And so it's fun to be right here at the beginning. And we all get to share this experience together when Lily comes up to the stage and begins to share her vision and this long road ahead of what is today's political campaign process. And I love the advice that Pete gave. We're all here because we've fallen in love with lilywu and who she is, and she just needs to stay lilywu all the way to the end, and we'll have a great race and a great conversation for this community. So I first met Lily. I meet a lot of people, and I don't always remember where I meet them. Lily I met over 20 years ago, and I still remember where I was when I met her. We were at the Chamber of Commerce. We were at an early visioneering event, and she was just coming out of high school and into college. And I just remember her heart of wanting to give back to the community, of wanting to get involved and wanting to help craft a vision for Wichita at that time. That was over 20 years ago. And here she is, still with that same heart, wanting to give back to this community. And we in this room have all gotten to know Lily, and I just can't wait for this community to get to know her as we have through this campaign. A lot of this would be the introduction. They'll get to know the person that they've seen reporting the news and what she cares about and what her vision is and how she treats people. I'm excited for them to see her heart for Wichita, as we've seen demonstrated with her giving back over and over again. I'm excited for people to see her heart for service to others. You'll hear about the different things she's volunteered, the way she's pulled people together. And I'm excited for this community to see her heart for giving back. And that's really what this campaign is for her. This desire to serve as mayor is a way to give back to this community that has given her so much. And I can't wait for you to see her heart in that. We're excited to get her up here. Let me just make this last appeal. It's amazing in this room. I got my Republican friends, I got some of my Democrat friends, I got some of my middle friends, I got some of my friends over on this side and this side. That's the kind of person Lily is. I think we're gonna see why you can take this all for Wichita and say Wichita for all. You can flip them, and you can't do that for a lot of people. She's all in for Wichita, and she's gonna continue to help this city be a place for all. And we can't do this alone. We're going to need more than just the people in this room, right? It's a long road, and campaigns are expensive, right? So we're going to need you to help, one, spread the word. Tell people early that you found a candidate you're excited about for mayor. Two, there's other candidates out there that have really strong and active volunteer bases. We need a strong and active volunteer base on this. So please sign up, being willing to help however you can. And third, we're going to need your help financially to help give to this campaign. Who's in with me for one of those three categories? Anybody here in this room in? All right. And Lily, they all signed their name when they walked in, so you know who signed up right here. They're all committed. All right, guys, this city has great momentum right now. When Lily and I were starting on Visioneering 20 years ago, it was a scary time for this community. We're coming out of 2001. If you remember, we were the hardest hit economy in the country after 2001 because of the slowdown in aviation. It was so dramatic after that. And we started to craft a vision of where we're going. I feel like we've started to make the turn away from the dying Rust Belt manufacturing city and into the manufacturing community of the future. I feel like people are proud, beginning to feel more and more proud about calling Wichita their home and having a fresh face and fresh energy come in at mayor. It's the perfect time for lilywu to be running for mayor. So please join me. I'm not announcing her. I want to be the person to announce her. Trust me, I asked like 3 times if I could be the person, but I'm not it. Anyway, but please join me in helping her get across the finish line. Volunteer, give, invite other people to volunteer and give. Okay? And together, we can help make lilywu the next mayor of Wichita, Kansas. Can't we? That's right. Come on up.
He would have been a great hype man. Well, before we bring up Lily to the stage, a couple of housekeeping items, and he mentioned a lot of them. After Lily speaks, she'll be out in the front room. She'll be taking pictures. And also, you can contribute or sign up to volunteer. All of that information will be out in the front room. So without further ado, it is now time to bring up to the stage my friend, lilywu.
Can't believe we're here right now. I'm just so excited, but I want to start off with saying some thank yous. Thank you, Monica, Juanetta, Pete, Larry, and Jon, for all you do to make our community a better place. I also want to thank I also want to thank my treasurer, Bill Pickard, for your confidence and support. It means a lot to me. And I want to thank you all for coming out this Sunday afternoon. There's one common thread among my friends and many of you here in this room. We all care deeply about Wichita, and we are all for Wichita. For the past 12 years, I've enjoyed telling your stories. I've had the opportunity to listen to you. My favorite stories were those celebrating our neighbors' great achievements and heartwarming moments. But I've also had to share the bad news. To many, I'm known as the news lady. It's a career that was my childhood dream. But there's a lot to my story, and today, I have good news. I am running to be your next mayor. Nearly 40 years ago, my parents left China for the promise of America. While they didn't know what to expect, they knew they wanted a better future for their children. While pursuing legal immigration to the United States, they settled in Guatemala, where I was born. After a decade-long process, my parents, brother, and I finally landed in Wichita. It was April 2nd, 1993. Exactly 30 years ago today. I wake up every day feeling blessed to live in the United States of America. And I'm grateful my parents gave me that opportunity. Today is a special day for my family, and I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the sacrifice my parents made coming to this country with my brother, Carlos. Anna and Wing Wu, Daddy, Mommy, 唔該起身，多謝你哋。While my immediate family may be small, I consider all of you part of my greater family. Many of you in this room are important chapters in my Wichita story. You've invested in me, your time, your mentorship, your love. I know this about Wichita. We love people who lay down roots here and contribute to our community. Each one of your stories make up the fabric of Wichita. I'm a very proud product of the Wichita public school system. And that is where my Wichita story began. As a wide-eyed 8-year-old girl who only spoke Spanish and Cantonese. I still remember my first day of 2nd grade at Lawrence Elementary School. I didn't understand English, and I didn't understand my teacher. That evening, I went home and cried to my mother, begging her to take us back home. It was in that moment when my mom reminded me, this is our new home, I started to grow up. I may have been only 8 years old, but I knew I needed to become a leader for our family. From then on, I was determined to learn the language so that I could help my parents navigate our new country. I learned English more quickly by watching the local news and Wheel of Fortune. Watching the news was the place where I got the dream of someday becoming a journalist. A few years later, while attending Truesdale Middle School, I met a woman who would change my life forever. She took me under her wing, tested me for the gifted program, and taught me life lessons. She presented me with opportunities like the International Baccalaureate program at East High, where I would later graduate. Without Mrs. Sorensen's advice and guidance, there's no way I'm the person I am today. Stephanie and Harvey Sorensen, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It was through teachers at East, like Shanna Zimmerman, I was able to get more involved in the community and even compete nationally on business topics at DECA conferences. When I graduated 20 years ago, I was fortunate to receive a Gore Scholarship to attend Wichita State University. While there, Harvey nominated me as a board member for Visioneering Wichita, a Wichita Chamber initiative to envision the future of our city. As a teenager, I became the youngest board member. That's where I learned about brain drain. Our community invests so much in our youth, only to see many talented Wichitans leave at the first opportunity. I had the opportunity to serve as a Rotary Ambassadorial Scholar in Hong Kong. This experience allowed me to represent Wichita as an ambassador and public speaker at numerous Rotary clubs around the world. And at the same time, earn a master's degree in journalism from the University of Hong Kong. When I returned, I had a choice to make. Do I stay or do I leave Wichita? I chose to stay because of its people. Wichita is like a best-kept secret, and more people need to hear our story. My career as a journalist began at Cake News thanks to another mentor and friend, Larry Hatteberg. For the past 12 years, while at both Cake and KWCH, I covered stories of triumph and defeat, and covered the stories of crime and city government. I've been to every corner of this city listening to people of all backgrounds and experiences. I want you to know I hear you and I understand you. And that's the reason we're here today, to kick off a mayoral campaign that is all for Wichita. Our campaign will be positive and nonpartisan, with a vision for Wichita rooted in 4 key initiatives: ensuring public safety, strengthening our economy, restoring trust in City Hall, and building a united community. First, we must ensure public safety. The foundation of a thriving city is the health and safety of its people. No Wichitan in any part of our city should have to worry about their safety. We must focus on the core functions of city government. We must ensure our law enforcement officers, first responders, and city services have the resources, infrastructure, and respect to keep us safe. Here's an example. The Wichita Police Department has between 65 to 70 unfilled positions right now. That is unacceptable, and one is too many. As mayor, I'll prioritize staffing our public safety departments and empower them to serve more effectively. Second, we must work together to strengthen our local economy. To grow, Wichita must grow a diverse and skilled workforce. When I talk to people trying to grow their businesses, there's a similar saying: we need talent. We need to bring them here. We need to grow and keep them here. This is why city government must collaborate with Wichita businesses, small and large, to promote greater Wichita. Our entrepreneurial spirit is unparalleled, but we need a mayor who can be an ambassador for our city. A proactive mayor with a new energy and the know-how to open doors for Wichita. I'll be that mayor. You'll see city and business working together all for Wichita to compete regionally and to attract new industry, investment, and people. Third, we must restore trust in City Hall. As a journalist, it was my job to seek truth, report facts, and hold those in public office accountable. All too often, our faith in local government has been weakened by scandals, concerns of corruption, and immaturity. We need a refreshing leader who promotes collaboration and protects our hard-earned tax dollars. As mayor, I'll restore integrity and civility to City Hall. During my service as a Rotary Ambassadorial Scholar, I appreciated Rotarians who lived out the motto, service above self. Many of them are business leaders who give back to their community. Rotarians rely on something called the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. And we always ask the following questions. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Now that's the basis for a partnership between the people of Wichita and our city government. Civil, sensible, responsible, and all for Wichita. Fourth is building a united community. The health of our community begins with relationships, and relationships are built on trust. We need a leader who will work together with city council members, city staff, and work with our Sedgwick County partners. The mayor's role is to be Wichita's ambassador and leader. The reality is, we're all on the same team, Team Wichita. We should all take ownership of our community. Wichita deserves new energy and fresh ideas. As mayor, I'll work with anyone to improve our city, bring our community together, and make Wichita proud. That is the shared vision, ensuring public safety, strengthening our economy, restoring trust in City Hall, and building a united community. People have already started asking, are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat? I say, I'm a Wichitan. We all have a voice and an opportunity to make our home a better place, but we need someone to build that bridge. The bridge between one generation and another, between one neighborhood and another, between one culture and another. The bridge I crossed to get to this stage has no party symbol. Only one sign that says, "All for Wichita, all welcome." I'm that bridge builder, and I'm asking for that opportunity. People are going to start noticing there's something very unique about our campaign. You can see it in this room. My support comes from a very diverse group of people from all walks of life in every corner of our city. We all have one thing in common. We all love Wichita. It's my sincere hope this increased level of excitement will continue and lead to more civic engagement. It's hard to believe just over 23,000 people voted in the last mayoral primary. That's a voter turnout of just 10%. Those are disheartening facts. It's our personal responsibility to make Wichita a better place for our families, which means we need to vote on August 1st. I've often been asked, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to jump into this arena? Why subject yourself to the attacks and divisiveness of politics? The answer is simple. I believe strongly that if you're all for Wichita, Wichita is all for you. What Wichita has done for me, it can do for anyone. That's what I want, to give back and to make a difference. This election presents a choice between the past and the future, a choice between the status quo or something new, a choice between the same old ideas or new ideas and bold solutions. You have the opportunity to decide who you want leading our city, protecting our city, marketing our city. So let me ask you, who do you want representing our city? We don't want to be a best-kept secret anymore. We're open for business and ready for the entire world to see that in Wichita, through its people, we can unite to accomplish anything. We're not an East or West Wichita. We're not a red or blue Wichita. We're all for Wichita. I'm grateful that my parents left their own families so that Carlos and I could pursue our American dream. I want to make them proud. I want to make you all proud. I want to make Wichita proud. Thank you. And now I ask that if we have an opportunity, we would love to see you outside. I would love to meet all of my friends who came out today. And I really appreciate all of your efforts to come out today to listen to our family story, celebrate our 30th anniversary, and kick off this mayoral campaign. Thank you.